Oh, we're live.
We're
Excellent.
live.
What you want?
You're listening to The War Report, a wrestling and relationships podcast with your host, Vince Barry. The War Report is brought to you by TagMeADate.com, where wrestling night is date night. Sign up now, and your first month is free. Good evening, everybody. It is 7 p.m. on a Tuesday night, if you will, September 8th, 2015. We are live and in public with another edition of the War Report. I am your host, the voice of Northeast Wrestling, Vince Barry. I hope everybody is having a nice evening so far. We have a stacked panel this evening, if you will. We were all the way down to 3 guys at one point. We had a bit of a lull with computers being down and this and that, but we're back now. We got the rest, almost all of the Tag Me a Date crew. The only one that's the holdout is Heck. So once Hector comes back, we will be complete. But we'll run down the line and introduce everybody because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And my fantasy football draft is at 8, so I gotta be. And I don't know what my draft. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I can check my draft order while we all check in with everything.
There you go.
I think I might do this alphabetically on the screen. I don't know why, but Eric is always the first big face I see. Like you just see a big square with his face in it. It's the first one. And he's just sitting in an armchair, you just look like the Godfather or something, just resting in the chair.
It's good to be the king.
Yeah, obviously. So how are you doing, sir?
All right. Can't complain. I'm funky like a monkey, you know?
Funky like a monkey. Oh, yeah, daddy. Are we really we're just gonna do that? You guys know I named my cat Dusty Baby, right?
Nice.
I just got a cat last Sunday, and I named it Dusty Baby. So I walk around the house all day going,
baby.
Where have you Dustin? That's great.
Because I was looking, it was funny, I was originally looking for a black cat. I wasn't even looking for a cat. And my girlfriend just said, oh, go to one of these shelter things. I was like, okay, well, if I get a black cat, I'm going to name it Stardust. So that was my deal going in.
Goes
And
like
the
that.
Right, yeah. And the cat's tuxedo, so it's black and white. And I was like, well, I'm not going to name it Stardust. I'm not going to name it Gold Dust. I mean, the eyes are gold, but it's not like a gold dust looking cat. So I was like, I'll just name it Dusty. So there we go. And it's Dusty Baby. I always add the baby on it. Dusty Baby. You know, that's what I'll do. But good to hear that things are well with the Godfather down in North Carolina, running the Jewish mafia of North Carolina. You would probably be the only member of the Jewish mafia in North Carolina.
Hey, it's
Probably.
good to be boss.
There are Jews here, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. That was what, I guess that's my ignorance of the area, but I had no idea.
No, believe
Ryan
it,
the
I've
Temp.
seen the parents.
Ryan the Temp, how are you doing?
Very good. I am doing fantastic. Got my computer moved right before the podcast. Got everything up and running.
Yo, I noticed you got a good setup there because you've got like the Halo helmet, and then you've got
my Master
the
Chief helmet, my
the
Gears of War blanket.
thing back there. All you need to do, it looks like that's a Blu-ray player that you've got, or something
that's
set up right there.
That's just a
That's a
crappy.
PlayStation.
That's a crappy DVD player. I don't use.
I was
To
gonna
my
say, 'cause you
right,
could, like,
all my gaming stuff is literally 2 inches away. I got my Xbox, PS4, Wii U. All hooked
what
up.
you need to do is you need to take all the crap off the shelf behind you, and then
I'm
put
going to.
put a bunch of like Funko Pop figures back there or something.
I got this going up there.
Oh. Nice. Yo, I have a PS4. I've had it for a year. My roommate just got a Xbox One. I am so hyped for Halo.
I cannot wait for Halo 5.
Yo, I can't wait for
midnight
it. Like
launch for that.
I'm gonna go broke this fall, man. Broke.
I got Mario
WWE.
Maker on Friday. I don't know if you heard about that, but
Yeah.
that looks amazing.
It does.
I'm
Look
gonna be live streaming that Saturday.
Oh, sweet. All right. Yeah, definitely. Let me know about that. That's pretty cool.
Yep, I was doing that last night. Fun shit. Not
Stu is
to
back,
cut
though.
promo.
But Stu, look at you. Like you're. Are you on the computer or are you on the phone right now?
I'm actually using my phone right now.
That's amazing.
I'm
Lower
trying
that-
to pull the
Oh, your
video
camera a little bit. You got your
in my
forehead.
computer. It's not working. Like the plug-in,
Yeah.
and it's not working right now.
Oh no. Well, at least the. At
Well,
least the phone's
I'm using my
working.
phone right now.
Hey, you know what? It worked. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It
I'll
works,
tell
it
you,
works, man.
I have shitty servers in the basement here, so I may lose the phone call like once.
Oh, this is it's a phone call, not a Wi-Fi thing. Okay.
It's on Wi-Fi.
Oh, you just have bed.
It's on my phone, but where I live, our
Yeah.
reception is horrendous.
Oh, see, so yeah. Remember in the old days, you used to just be able to put like tinfoil around the antenna and fix that shit? Can't really do that anymore.
Just start playing with
be
the
able to blow into
buttons.
the cartridge for Nintendo.
Yes. I like the one, the cassette and the pencil. What do these two things have in common?
Yeah,
Yep.
wind it up.
Nobody knows the struggle we went through 20 years ago.
These days, they don't know anything.
Nope. How about you, Steve? The big cheese over there.
Things are good. I can't complain. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, no, things are good. We have some interesting things we're going to talk about. One of which I think a lot of you are going to be shocked when I tell you about a conversation I had with somebody on this fucking panel, and I'll leave it at that. It's going to be interesting.
Okay. Sweet. Well, I guess we should get right into it then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it to it. Are we gonna? Do we have 5 tonight, or do we have more than that?
It'll get narrowed down to 5.
It'll get narrowed down. All right, cool. We'll end up talking about everything anyway. But of course, every week we have 5 topics that are curated by our resident Jew, Eric Friedman. We call the segment the Friedman 5.
Actually, 3 out of 5 of us are Jewish.
You hear that? Just get a 5 pound. 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
So you're saying us Gentiles are outnumbered right now?
Great
Here we
stuff.
Oh man! Now you know what it's like when the shoe is on the other foot. All right. So what are our 5 topics for this week before I go and get Hulk Hogan banned from every website?
Okay, so we got Raw fresh in our minds. Directly after that was the Stone Cold podcast with the one and only, well, the 2 and only, I guess, Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
The people who reek of office.
We're going to discuss another issue with WWE security because another guy hopped the railing and had
Yo,
a
what
little
the hell is going on with that?
Rollins. So we're
That shit was hilarious.
we're gonna discuss that. We're gonna talk about the possibility of Owen Hart getting in the WWE Hall of Fame, and there's this little Twitter war that's going on between Dr. Tom Pritchard and Sonny. Very interesting.
Oh yeah. That I like that one because I follow. I'm friends with Sunny on Facebook. I've only ever met Sunny about 3 to 4 times in my life, but her Facebook. If you aren't friends with her, at least follow her.
I'm doing that right now.
It's a trip. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know.
I love
Is
Well,
it as fun as Iron Sheik?
What?
Iron
Is it
Sheik
as fun as Iron- It's fun.
Is her Facebook? Is it Tammy or is it Sunny?
I believe it's Tamara Sitch, I think. Let me see what she goes as.
I'm trying to find her on the Twitter machine.
The Twitter machine.
Tamara Lynn Sitch.
Yep, that's it, Tamara Lynn Sitch. And you can, if she's at the friend limit, I think you might still be able to follow her. But
Is that her kid?
Hadouken.
Did
yeah,
she have
so,
a kid?
I don't know if she had a kid. Why is she with a kid in some picture?
There's a kid as her wallpaper. A cute kid too. But
Oh shit! Yeah, there is a kid as her wallpaper. I have no idea.
maybe that's why she looks like.
But she goes out when she.
This person
wants
can't
to.
accept new friend requests, but you are now following them, unable to send friend requests.
Yeah.
Does that mean that she
That means
requested
that
that, or Facebook cut her off?
She's at the 5. There's a 5,000 friend limit, and once you reach 5,000 friends, people can follow you, but they can't be your friend. I don't know what I don't know what the difference is.
That's pretty homo.
Yeah, but now, she's also been banned from posting for 30 days. If one of her things says so, now she's got a Tammy Stitch or Tamara Stitch. No Lynn, just Tamara Stitch.
I think once you get the ban from Facebook, you need to maybe take a step back.
She posts a lot. The other thing I think they might be limiting her for is stuff like this. Hey, Skypers, in all caps. It's, in all caps, Midnight Monday, 2 exclamation points.
Oh boy.
The next 2 hours, I'm offering 20% off the $100 Skype session. Email me at sunnyskype8@gmail.com to book your spot. You must email the code Midnight Monday to receive a discount. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
No, thank you.
No,
I'm
you
a
should.
journalist. I'm a journalist.
You should laugh. You should
That's
laugh.
hilarious.
It's
You need
hilarious.
to see what's going on. You see what offers, so you can write up and.
I'm
put it
a
as
broadcast
work
journalist,
report.
Moggle. Oh no, I've read all of her posts about. I mean, she even posted about Dr. Tom. I was trying to find that one, but I think she might.
And
have
that's my
deleted it.
boy. So
Yo,
we
she
got
went
issues now.
off. Where do we want to? Do we want to start with her and Dr. Tom? Might as well.
We're already
We're already halfway
through.
through.
Yeah.
She's. I just.
Let me tell you something. Dr. Tom is one of the most stand-up guys I have ever met, especially in the wrestling business. And he is an upfront. He's been a big supporter for Tag Me a Date.
Yeah.
You know, he's put us over multiple times, and he's become a friend. And the man is allowed to have an opinion. And quite honestly, what he said was really almost like a father figure to a daughter, like, you need to get your shit together kind of thing. Ultimately is what he said, and it was nothing really demeaning. It was a reality statement, and he was really just trying to say, yeah, tough love, exactly. And she had to take it to a whole nother fucking level, as she does.
Yep.
And, you know, and listen, when you're a fuck-up, that's what happens, and she's a fuck-up, you know? I mean, she's just another one now that's out of the Hall of Fame.
Are we gonna get that dismissive of her and just call her a fuck up, or do we? I mean, I know she's been rehabbed like 5 times, but
she's a fuck up. I mean, listen, she's a fuck up. That's not to say that she can't correct it,
right?
You know,
okay.
and get on the straight and narrow. But
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
She's a fuck up. How many times has she been arrested in the last 2 years for
Yeah, I
the
get
same thing over and over? You know, and now, I mean, look at what she's doing now. You know what I mean? She does not have to go on Skype and charge people money to see her naked. Like, I mean, that's really like, and I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. She got an offer from Vivid. She can make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, you're Sunny. You shouldn't have to do that. And if you got your shit together and you showed up to appearances and you did a good job, you can make a lot of money doing that too. You know, and it's a shame because Sunny was the first. She paved the way for what we have today. You know, at the end of the day, there would not be Paige and there wouldn't be Charlotte and there wouldn't be if Sunny didn't really make the WWE want to focus on women. You know, and that's what started bringing them in. And she's tarnishing that legacy, and it pisses me off, but not in that kind of way. It's like a frustrating kind of way because Sunny was so beautiful. Every guy wanted to be with her. You know, she was absolutely stunning, and look at her now. Like, not for nothing, I wouldn't pay any kind of money to see her with the way she looks right now.
I'll expand on your point there. I think if she's one on the straight and narrow, WWE would pay her to keep on the straight and narrow. They would give her a license contract to not do anything. But
matter of fact, and correct me if I'm wrong, Vince, you would probably know this. Yeah. I'm pretty damn sure WWE has already multiple times paid for drug rehab for her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've seen multiple reports of that.
They've done that for her already, and she has pretty much.
It's on her. It is on her at this point in order to come to a realization or have that moment of clarity or whatever you want to call it to admit. You know, the first step is admitting you have a problem, and I don't know if she's at that point right now because she. And I understand. People make money that way in adult films. It happens, and even the Skype thing, and I know that the cam thing or whatever, you know, doing stuff on cam, that's, you know, people make money that way. But usually it's not people who have the pedigree of being a WWE legend and WWE Hall of Famer and overall big deal in, you know, popular culture.
I mean, look at what she just recently said about the women in wrestling too.
Yeah, no, that
you know, it's like
that really pissed me off.
That didn't come from somebody. That didn't come from somebody that wasn't fucked in the head.
Yeah, you know that didn't come from a healthy place at all.
Right.
Yeah,
you know, she was definitely on something when she said it. Because
was she talking to Greg Valentine at the time about that comment?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it does sound like they had a little chat before doing their interviews.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but I saw that before. I saw the Tammy thing about the women, and then the Tammy thing with Dr. Tom on Facebook way before I saw it, like, on the dirt sheets. And then I started seeing what other, like, I saw Tammy's response before I saw what Dr. Tom even said. And I was like, holy shit, who is she talking about? And then it turns out to be Dr. Tom. It's just like, then I read what he said, and you see, and it's not, like you said, it came from a place of hoping that, you know, by saying that he was going to benefit her, maybe
like light a fire in her
Right.
to like shape up. You know what I
it
mean?
went the opposite way, unfortunately.
He
but that
wasn't
was
trying to shit on her.
exactly.
He was,
That's
you know, and it's not like he didn't say anything that's not true. You know, and that's the other thing. It's not like he was spreading any rumors or just being an asshole. He was stating the truth.
and he wasn't mean about it. Like, he was just
Right.
Hey, when nothing's going wrong, nothing hurts more than the truth.
That's a true story. And listen, at the end of the day, she has to officially hit complete rock bottom before she's going to pick herself up. It's just how it works. And listen, by the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but Tag Me a Date just received a tweet, and I'm going to try and put this into the screen so you guys can see this because I'm a little confused.
I'll pull it up.
Can you share your celebrity BBK duties is set to enter I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. So what it looks like what they're doing is that's a tweet from the game show trying to get people who are wrestling fans interested in their show. That's fucking crazy though. Vince McMahon, 70-something years old, full of piss and vinegar, flying over to the UK to go to the middle of nowhere and be on I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. He's gonna fucking murder somebody. He's going to be on there with, like, Pauly Shore or Andy Dick or one of those guys, and he's just going to wrap their tongue around their neck and hang them from a tree.
He is literally.
I'm going to retweet
it. This is on there. He's going to put every one of them to shame, and every celebrity is going to look like shit.
You should send a tweet back to that celebrity whatever the fuck UK thing and ask them if you can Tag Me Dick can be involved in some capacity. You know.
Yeah, go do business for yourself. Come on.
Right, exactly. But be like, hey, you know, I don't know, fucking say something.
That's our bag, you know.
That's usually Stu's thing though. Stu's usually the hunter here. That's cool, yeah. But definitely reach out to them, see if they'll maybe get you some. Be like, oh, we're a wrestling podcast, but we'll fucking talk about your reality show if you put one of your. You know, we'll have guests on from the show. We'll do a podcast and host the contestants or some shit, and then just happen to have Vince McMahon.
I'm tweeting them back right now. I'm saying, how does that Tag Me a Date get involved? See what happens.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's.
It.
There you go.
I'm tweeting it, boys. It has been tweeted.
Boom. Roasted. All right. So.
It's over.
All right. What do we do? What are we talking about next? Raw, the podcast, the fans jumping the barricades like a bunch of dummies.
Hey, I give that guy credit. At least he didn't interact. He just
He straight just wanted to walk down the ramp, and actually it was hilarious because you see them all like in the ring being like yo yo yo, and then you see Seth like keep looking back like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there was nothing happening.
You know, we keep saying that the WWE security's fucked up, but when they're in a stadium, it's not all WWE security, right? So it's the people working at these venues that's allowing this shit to happen, and this shit needs to stop because eventually there's going to be a psycho that hops the rail and is going to fucking jack somebody from behind walking down the ramp. You know what I mean? This shit is getting out of control now. It's like every fucking week we're talking about another incident with a guy involved.
He was non-violent. Here's what I want to know: was he special needs at all, or was he just was he drunk, or was he just an asshole? Yeah, because he looked.
I watched Raw twice. When he got to the ramp, they just diverted him to his side. So he might have been special. He might have been because they didn't use any force on him.
Right, there was no force. I mean, he just walked down because he just honestly, it really just looked like a guy who just walked down the fucking ring. Like that was his deal. Like I just want to walk down to the ring one time. I don't care if I get kicked.
He was a member of Korn.
Yes, I was gonna say he was dressed rather strangely for somebody in the year 2015.
Yeah, he walked away at him.
And maybe this is just a coincidence, but what is it with all the Shield members being like having like something going on with them?
Bang! That's been online recently too.
Now it's Seth Rollins. First it was Reigns gets hit with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Then the dude tries to get at Ambrose, and now Seth Rollins. Like what?
Speaking of which, with the Shield, and obviously when I say Shield, we're talking Roman and Ambrose. Did you hear the rumor now of who their mystery partners are going to be at Night of Champions, and I think it's actually a smart move.
Based on last night, I thought it was
he fits. Well, now they wrote Orton off because he got attacked by the Wyatt family. So, and my thinking now is that every week they're going to talk to somebody that we think it could be.
And they're going to knock him out.
Take them out. We're not going to know until Night of Champions, and it's going to be Baron Corbin, and he's going to be the next one brought up.
I don't think that's true.
At all.
Why wouldn't you think that's true?
I'm looking at his Twitter right now.
They put that up and then they took it away. I don't know. I don't think that was supposed to,
You still have the best on him.
It's a red herring. It's supposed to throw us off.
I think that could work.
But they already have Roman Reigns. They don't need another guy. Thank you.
Vince, what'd you say?
I owe you a Coke. Me and Eric, I think, both said the same thing at the same time. We're both like, they don't need another Roman Reigns. We already have Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but Baron, you can't compare Baron Corbin to Roman Reigns.
Roman is a lot better, but Roman...
I don't know.
Yeah. Roman, the only thing that I can say about
Corbin
Baron
makes Roman look like Ric Flair, all right?
Right, yeah. And the dude has to decide whether or not he wants to admit that he's bald. Like he's just he looks
like Baron Corbin.
I think he looks like the cover of one of those romance novels in those when they did those promos with him riding a motorcycle and there was all the smoke. I'm the lone wolf, and I'm like, yeah, you're the bad boy that just rolled into the town, and she's the diner owner. Like it's one of those like totally looked like that with the motorcycle and all
the
that.
knockoff of 50 Shades of Grey.
They lost the contract with Fabio.
Actually, you know who I'd really like it to be is Joe, but I know they're not going to do that.
No.
Joe's teaming with
Finn,
NXT champ, Finn Balor for the Dusty Road.
I
don't know if
they,
I like
I
that
hope they
team.
take
I don't
that
want
whole
to
thing.
see
That's
them
a great team.
break up. I'm so sick of the whole breaking up and then
Right. One turns on the other.
It's been done so many times that it's kind of run its course on.
Well, that's why.
Especially with Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, you don't need the cookie cutter entrance.
You know, I don't think those guys. Those guys, I don't think would need. They wouldn't need to break up like that because both of them are so over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, one attacking the other. They could do that split, like the amicable split, like they almost did with the Shield. They did with most of.
It could also lead to a Joe heel turn where he wants the NXT title.
Yeah, that's what I would would think they'd go. I don't know. They deserve a little bit better of a story than, I ruined the match and they get them out of the title picture.
Well, the other thing is this, isn't this run up to Survivor Series almost like last year's run up to Survivor Series? Like John Cena needed partners and somebody's taking them out one by one, and it's just the Wyatt family this year. And
they had to put Cena in a tag match of some sort because they're trying to limit the amount of ring time he has now because of that scare over the weekend where, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but that was all Cena fucking it up, and he straight almost killed himself.
All Cena. I like how you...
I hope now he understands he is not Rey Mysterio. Like, he should not be doing that move.
Stunner or any of that shit, man. None of it.
I give him credit, though. He cares that much that he's doing all this crazy-ass shit to impress us.
I get it, and I respect him for trying.
No, I know you're not
straight almost
under the bus
over the weekend at a fucking house show. You know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I just see from what he's saying,
that video was bad, dude. That video was bad.
Oh, I've watched it a few times. It's just one of those. I don't blame him. You're throwing your heart out, and the crowd's just shitting on you, and for most of the part, no reason. I mean, if you're a WWE fan, there is no better representation of your company than a John Cena. He could come out, cure cancer, and he still would get booed out of the building.
I think it's that people want to see the old John Cena. Like, I would root for John Cena if he came back as Thuganomics. I'm tired. Listen, there was a point in time where people got tired of the red and yellow. People got tired of saying their prayers, and what did Bischoff decide to do? Turn Hogan heel. And it was the greatest fucking move they ever did because it revived his career and gave him another 15 years. So
you think this is all a ploy to get him another 15 years?
Listen.
I'm just going to say the N-word, brother. I'm back in business.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I think, with Cena, I think we need a change. We need the old Cena
change
back.
For a decade.
Well, yeah, but that's why he's getting booed out of the building.
But how,
it's kind of a
it was
catch.
just
Sorry, go on.
I get it, but just the look, and I know he's changed from jean shorts to cargo shorts, and from Air Jordans to something else, Nike Maxes or Air Max 1, whatever. Good for you to change.
To from my time is now to my time is still.
But the other thing that bugs me, and I know it's the gimmick, and I guess it should bug me about Hulk Hogan, but I feel like Hulk Hogan kind of it was a different era. Where you could just get away with wearing red and yellow all the time. He gets away with this ball cap T-shirt shorts thing. I don't like it. It's not tough looking. It's not if one day John Cena came out in a completely different outfit, if he came in a suit or something, and he cut a really serious promo, even if he was a babyface, you could probably get behind it because it's going to be something different. It's not him going in and throwing his hat and dog tags and all. It's the same old bullshit.
Yeah, and we're not asking for him to go back to his neon shorts that he used to wear,
No, not at all. It's just that the character itself, and I think everybody's been saying this for a while, and they're content to have it this way because, as you say, he's a good brand ambassador. It's just the whole thing is a little done. It's been done.
I agree with you. I'm trying to play devil's advocate I understand. I'm trying to see it from their view because
people do like John Cena, and I'm not going to say I don't like John Cena. I like John Cena. I think John Cena now should have I think John Cena should have been.
There's a difference. There's a difference between liking. There's a difference between liking and respecting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of John Cena.
Right.
I do. The guy is a workhorse. The guy, he works like Austin did. He is the first in the building. He is the last to leave. He does what he has to do, and you got to respect that. The guy can break his nose and still go another 10 minutes. Yeah, it's only a broken nose, but that affects your breathing. The guy is a professional. He does everything he has to do for the kids. He grants all these wishes. I mean, he truly is the guy that you want to be the face because of what he does and his work ethic. So you have to respect him, but you don't have to like him. I don't love John Cena like everyone else, but it's solely because I'm just tired of him. I'm tired of Super Cena. I'm tired of You Can't See Me. I go back to Thugonomics and I would get behind you again. But that doesn't ever change the amount of respect I have for John Cena.
To your point, I think they're just worried that if they change up the character, they lost their greatest Make-A-Wish. They lost their radio guy. They lost
merchandise. They're afraid he's the #1 merchandise guy. They're afraid they'll lose that too. I get it.
If that's the case,
if he turns heel.
Because I think Cena would be open to it.
But unfortunately we're 2 or 3 years past where they should have turned him heel.
Right.
Or 5 years past.
Anyway, they're not going to lose anything.
Honestly, I think we're about 8 or 9 years from it because they were going to turn him heel at SummerSlam when he faced Edge in Boston.
I remember.
And they were going to. That was the night.
Even. There was rumors of that.
Right, there were rumors that night. I mean, he pretty much was
the horse's mouth. He went and bought ring gear for a heel turn, and they even got entrance music made. He went bought entrance music. And they canned it.
I didn't even know they had entrance music for that. Wow.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember who interviewed him, but he said they brought it up to him. He went, bought ring gear, and then asked for entrance music. Because I remember after that, I tweeted him to ask if we would ever hear what the heel John Cena entrance music would sound like.
I would still be interested in seeing it. I was always up for a John Cena heel turn. I've been up for it every single day of my life for the past decade.
Can you imagine the first heel promo he cuts like, it would be the easiest promo he'd ever have to do because he's got so much ammunition. You know, you guys turned on me so long ago, and I did everything I could to still stand by you and be your guy, and then you guys still shit on me and this and that. Like, he's got the perfect setup for it. They just have to pull the trigger, but they're not going to.
What about I'll give you a reason to boo me, you know?
Right, exactly.
How about it with Finn Balor bringing up to the main roster? You could sell a lot of merchandise, get a lot of kids would love seeing Finn Balor.
Here's my thing. I agree. I think Finn Balor would be great on the main roster.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't take everybody out of NXT, and then you're not going to have any. You know, it's like you got to be able to have somebody that's going to be able to take his spot. You don't even have Zayn there right now. Atamo's not. You know,
I'm not saying like in the next 6 months even. I'm saying maybe anytime he is able to come up, you have the sub, and then you could just do a swap. Have him take over as #1 face, and then just turn Cena.
Listen, at the end of the day, it seems to be that every time somebody wins the NXT World Title, the next move is they lose it and they go up.
Right.
Or they go up and then lose it. But you know what I mean? So if that's the case, then one would have to assume Finn Balor is going to be the next real big one that's going to come up. Next to Baron Corbin, if they actually decide to go that route with the Night of Champions.
Oh, I would. There are so many other people I would pick for that spot other than Baron Corbin. Not Mojo Rawley. Is that the guy's name? Mojo Rawley? He doesn't get hype. He stays hype.
He's teaming with.
Right. He's with Zack Ryder.
They're the hype.
Who would be your top guy, Vince, that you would put with them? Who's
Hold
your
on, why are there two? Does anybody else see two Eric heads on the bottom of their screen right now?
That. I got a notification.
Holy shit! Wow. Now there's two.
Jesus. I'm sorry, I missed the entire thing you said. Just staring at two big bald heads. What happened? All right.
I think you just got insulted.
Two became one.
That was.
It just looked like two Heisenbergs sitting right there staring at me.
One Eric is enough.
Hey,
there's more than enough of me to go around.
Who would be my pick to join? Are we saying as a one-night thing or to join as a trio and go as the Shield Part 2?
Let's say Shield Part 2.
All right. Because I think one-night deal, Samoa Joe, just to introduce him to the audience, would be great. And then even if he doesn't work the WWE main roster regularly, you can have him come in as kind of like, remember how the Shield used to just fucking bust in and beat people up? You could just have Joe. That could be his thing. And then people, he doesn't have to show up every week, but people will be aware when he does it who he is. So that would be a good introduction if he was going to kind of come in like that. But Shield 2.0, if we need a third member, you need a guy that's going to be more of a, I don't want to say high flyer, but a little more.
You need three different styles.
Right.
Like
so I think, honestly, I think Finn wouldn't be bad as a let me see who the NXT roster even has right now for guys.
I could see them bringing back Randy Orton though, have a surprise entrance at Night of Champions.
I'll tell you what.
Right.
I wouldn't be upset with Orton being.
I wouldn't be too happy. No, I think Orton would be good. Yeah.
No, that would be good. Not like they're doing anything with Orton now anyway. I mean, fucking A, if I see Orton Sheamus one more goddamn time.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, like, seriously, there's overkill now.
What about
Sammy? One guy that we're not talking about. See, Sammy was one of them. How about Hideo Itami? Whatever. I know he's injured, but he can't be that far off. See, that's what I'm saying. What if it's a guy like that?
I don't know.
I honestly would rather see Finn come up as the next Heyman guy.
See, that would be cool.
That was
did you see that picture I shared?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I said it before, time and time again. You cannot manufacture a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if it has to be.
It worked with Punk and it worked with Brock because they were Paul Heyman guys.
I don't know.
Sorrow, Ryback, and Axel didn't work because he's not. Paul Heyman is not a miracle worker, and they're not Helen Keller. All right.
It was a fun piece of fan art. Like, whoever did it did a great job.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Like the way it looked.
I just don't.
I definitely would, and don't get me wrong, I definitely would be intrigued by it, but I just don't think it would work.
Stay by himself, though. He's more of enough of a superstar to be instead of a Heyman guy.
Well, I think he's much stronger. He's so strong as a character, he doesn't need to have Paul Heyman. Like, Brock Lesnar by himself kind of isn't great.
You need a Heyman for Brock.
Right.
I mean, any program, Brock would just oh my God. Say something stupid, Paul.
The one thing that I will say that he did great by himself was the mariachi celebration.
Actually, I'll give him credit. Him with Kurt Angle, their friendly rivalry was great on SmackDown.
Yes, yeah.
And when he threw Zach Gowen down the stairs.
Oh my God.
Did you see that the interview that WrestleZone did with him? Vince offered Zach Owen to actually do the stair bump for himself.
How much did he like? How much did he like? Did they obviously had to pay that guy extra to do that? That's
no, he didn't. He turned it down.
Like I don't know. I think getting thrown down a flight of stairs by Brock Lesnar would definitely warrant some hazard pay in my mind.
Yeah, I was listening to that over the weekend.
That's just like that just shows you.
Vince, from what he said, Vince walked up and said, you could take that bump if you wanted to, which is probably him going, if you want to push, you should take this bump.
Right. Yeah, and then he had a pretty good feud with, he's on the losing side of things, but
Well, with a character like that, he's an underdog, so obviously he'll take some losses, but. That killed his push right there, probably in Vince's eyes.
Well, I also heard Gowen was a dick backstage.
No, I was just going off the interview since we're talking getting thrown down a set of stairs.
We should move on to Raw on the podcast because we.
I was gonna say that these are coupled together. They happen one right after another.
I have one thing to say about Raw. Sheamus was really funny for 1 second because, like, when Rollins said, "You look like Ronald McDonald," he's like, "You need to leave my family out of this."
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good line.
I was laughing for 5 minutes straight after that.
I actually thought Raw was pretty decent. I think they did a good job with it. They built a little more on the it's eventually going to happen. Obviously, the Rollins Triple H feud. The Sting vignettes through the night were great, culminating with him destroying the statue, which was awesome. I thought the whole night it was pretty entertaining. I liked the segment. I liked the segment backstage with the Dudleys, Edge, Christian, and the New Day.
Great.
That was a great segment.
Yes.
I like how they're evolving the storyline with Lana and Rusev and all them. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good Raw. I enjoyed it.
And I feel like they made up for the last week's match with the Paige versus Sasha match. They made up for that last week's 2-minute match.
Yeah, that was a very good match.
And also, think about this. Didn't they just announce that now Charlotte has the title match instead of at Night of Champions? It's going to be next week, which is the day before
Charlotte's
Nikki
losing
breaks
that
the
match.
record.
Charlotte's losing that match. Somehow, there's going to be a screw job. Something's going to end weird. They're going to have the rematch at the pay-per-view. Nikki Bella is breaking the record because, in my opinion, the only reason why they did it this long was to erase AJ's streak. They're not going to start it over now with Charlotte. They're gonna have Nikki beat it, and then Charlotte's going to win. So I think something screwy is going to happen. The rematch is going to be a Night of Champions. That's how I think that's going to go now.
But then think about this. Why did they put that Bellatron thing up? Because
the Honkameter!
Yes. When they had the Santino's Honkameter, eventually Santino ended up losing way before he beat Honky's record.
Yeah, but that was...
But they didn't want to break...
different, but I feel like, why would they put that up?
They want to break this solely to stick it to AJ.
It's a toss-up, actually.
And if they're sticking it to AJ because they want to stick it to Punk, really, But here's the thing: they're never. Are they ever going to have someone break the Punk's record as the longest reigning WWE champion in a certain period of time?
Actually, I'd honestly say they're sticking it to AJ just to stick it to AJ. Look what she did on their way out. She got a tap out on the champ. Yeah. And what I kept on hearing is she didn't say anything, so obviously they would have gave her the tap out win at Mania if she was going to leave 2 weeks later.
Which is, I mean, brilliant on her part, because she knew that if she gave him any notice, they were going to shit on her on the way out the door.
Right.
Like Piggy James.
Yep.
That awful.
At least they didn't kill her in TNA.
Yeah. Oh, they pushed her into the train tracks?
Yeah.
That was stupid, too.
That was retarded.
Yeah. So this podcast, first of all, has as far as I'm concerned, had the two most important things a Edge and Christian podcast could have, and that is kazoos
and 5 second
pose. Yep. I mean, that's all you need. That is all I need from those two guys.
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. And yes, the kazoos. The fact that they started doing Austin's theme music, and then Austin fucking brought back Kumbaya. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a good podcast. I enjoyed it.
Love the cowboy hat on him.
That's great that he went along with it.
Austin seems a little more relaxed with his character now that he's not worrying about wrestling every.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Though it's disappointing knowing they just shot with Paul Heyman with no background for the match at Mania.
Huh?
Remember with Paul Heyman, they brought up the Texas Death Match, and no plans for it. Went all in.
Texas Death Match. I love those. I love names like that. The Bunkhouse Brawl, and the Texas Death Match, and the Japanese always had great ones because then they would do like a desert. What was the Desert Death Match? And there's one. Did you ever hear about this one? There was like a desert death match in Japan, and they put sand in the ring, and there were fucking cactus. There was a 6-foot cactus in each turnbuckle, and then there was a fucking. This is the worst. There was a terrarium full of scorpions in the middle of the ring, so you could stick the nigga's head in the scorpion bowl.
That's crazy.
What is
go Google it? It exists, and I watched it. I'm a sick individual. I watched this stuff happen.
Well, they combined blood sport with wrestling.
The Mick Foley, didn't you wrestle a match with C4?
Yeah, the C4
exploded the ring. One time they did it. The C4 was kind of a dud, and then one time I saw them do it, and it damn near killed them.
Or the barbed wire ropes.
Yes. Barbed wire no rope match.
Those Japanese are fucking sick.
Absolutely. Now, the one thing about this podcast that I guess confirmed what we already knew, but makes it strange that they didn't make a bigger deal out of it, and what I'm talking about is that Christian is retired.
Yeah.
Like, he's talking about it casually, like we should all know that he's retired, even though they made no official announcement of that. So I guess this was as official as we're gonna get.
Yeah, I was kind of. I really wanted to see one more match out of Christian.
Exactly, one more match. He could probably still do one more.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he looked in great shape. Though Edge looked in great shape, and I'm sure one bump he ain't walking ever.
Oh God, yeah. Oof. But
Though I would love to see Dudley's, Hardy's, and Edge and just stick them backstage one last time.
It would be nice to get all those guys in there because they did a poll on WWE.com asking who would get the bigger reaction if they made a surprise return, and the list was like Goldberg, Batista, the Hardy Boys, Shane McMahon was one of them.
Hardy probably got the biggest one, right?
Kurt Angle was one.
And Kurt Angle was one of them, yeah. So I think I don't know. I would love any of those guys to come. Like the last three that we mentioned, the Hardy Boys, obviously would be great. Shane, I would love.
They put Scott Steiner on that list too.
Fuck him.
I don't think you could have him on a PG television show. I just don't think that's possible.
I'm just glad Matt and Jeff got their lives back together.
Yes, no, that's great. I know Matt, and I've seen Matt in.
I still remember that YouTube video he posted. That was not fun.
Yeah, no, I mean I've worked with Matt a lot over the years, and I've seen him in bad places, I've seen him in good places, and this is about the best I've ever seen him. So.
Yeah, he looks so happy now, especially with his son
really
and everything.
Yeah.
He's in a good place.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Rebby's a big part of that too. I mean, they really are good together.
Last time I saw him was the 2014 Royal Rumble, right before he was doing a live radio show with Justin LeBar.
Oh, cool. Let's see. So yeah, but I just the announcement, the lack of announcement of Christian's retirement was what shocked me in all that.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I've got a perfect segue into the last topic. Is they also spoke that Christian, don't you think you'll be in the Hall of Fame one day?
Right. So maybe they're saying maybe they'll do an Edge and Christian tag team since Edge is already in.
They should.
I don't know if
I like Christian.
That means Edge is in twice, like Flair was. Like, are they going to have all these people enter 2 or 3 times, or
I don't know if Christian's a Hall of Fame wrestler though. I love
Christian. Has great credentials, but
he's a great wrestler. I love Edge and Christian. I loved his single run with the World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't know.
Honestly, you have all these fucking stupid-ass celebrities and Coco Beware in the Hall of Fame, so you really can't say anything.
Yeah,
everybody's always quick to throw Coco in.
Well, so we're gonna just go right into the Hall of Fame then, because we're running low on time anyway, and we're segmenting in. So I want to tell the audience about a conversation that took place at my home yesterday prior to Raw starting, where someone on this panel actually had the nerve to say Owen Hart has no business being in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, what?
To me.
And I am speaking of
fired guy. Stu,
you motherfucker. How can you say that Owen Hart does not belong in the Hall of Fame? The King of Hearts himself, the blue fucking blazer. I couldn't believe my ears, and I said this had to be talked about because what the fuck?
I never said that.
Okay.
I'm speechless.
Balls in your court.
I have witnesses.
I can't play devil's advocate on that.
I'm speechless.
I knew you would be.
I ain't touching that.
I never said that part.
Yeah, oh, you most certainly did.
Okay, well,
is he a Hall of Famer? Why? That's all I said.
He's doing
I didn't say yes or no.
We're losing Stu, and that's God's way of saying fuck you.
Owen is fucking with your Wi-Fi signal from beyond the grave.
He's like, eat this. If it wasn't for my wife, I would be there already.
Hey, listen, if I have to get the First Lady down here, she was sitting right there. She is a witness to the words that came out of his mouth.
Here's the thing. To me, yes. Uh-oh. Oh, what was that? Was that words? I don't even know if that was words. Sorry, Stu. The issue that I have
is a little white noise here.
Yeah.
Owen Hart is saying no. Do not defend
Owen. Owen's kind of like a Christian on the bubble, career-wise, in terms of achievements, but he, for the amount of time we had him on the earth as a wrestler, he accomplished a lot. I think, if I may be bold enough to say this, that Owen, if he were still around, would have had Christian's spot at one time, being that guy who held the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown. He could have been that guy while John Cena was the main guy, or Triple H, or whoever was the main guy on Raw. I always saw Owen as the, he was always kind of like IC champ and European champ and whatever. He never ascended to the World Championship level, and I think if his career went a little bit longer, he would have not only been like one-time champion, he probably would have been a multiple-time champion by now.
He would have got it just by being there. And
right.
He would have overcame the whole Montreal screw job and won that title. And they would have wrapped it in. They would have wrapped it with the storyline. I did it for you, Brett.
But you know, I'll even go one further. To me, I think they could have even given him a brief reign during the summer of '94. He was that over.
Could have.
You know, I would have given him the belt at SummerSlam '94 just for like couple of months or something.
Yeah, that could have worked too.
The Owen-Brett feud was tremendous, and I'm not just saying that because Owen Hart is my favorite wrestler of all time, Stu.
But it was. No, I agree. I think they could have put the It's wonderful. It's wonderful that he can't respond to us right now.
Did you really screw me over right now?
No, you're just getting bad service and we can't hear you. Go ahead. We'll give you time to make up.
No, that is true. We can't hear you very well.
I never said...
Sorry, go ahead.
I never said yes or no. Simple as that.
He's a liar. He's backpedaling, folks. He is backpedaling.
He's telling a lie. Like a liar.
I think you're right, though. I think Owen could have had the title in '94. I think there probably would have been a spot for him. He was feuding for the IC title at that point, so in '99 when he passed. So
listen,
he would have been champion by. He would have been world champion by 2003 if he lived past 1999. He would have been champion by 2003, probably sooner.
I agree. Listen, all jokes aside, that man, you loved him as a face, you loved him as a heel. Not an easy thing to do in the wrestling business. At the end of the day, those that make it can do both. The ones that don't are great one way, they go the other, they fall off the map, and they are wished the best in their future endeavors. It's how it works. There's only certain people in the business that can go back and forth and make you feel the way they need you to feel for them. He was able to do that. He won the King of the Ring. He had been multiple-time tag team champions with multiple partners. He had some of the greatest matches that people can remember, whether they were with Brett or not. So many accolades, and not for nothing, the man died in the middle of a WWE ring on a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? That alone, he deserves to be in there. You know, especially if you were going to have people in there such as Coco Beware and Drew Carey and Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger and all this shit. You know?
Drew Carey was a poor choice because Drew Carey made one appearance on WWE television prior to being in the Hall of Fame.
He was in the Royal Rumble. That's it.
He eliminated himself.
Yeah.
Because he was afraid of Kane.
Because he tried to bribe Kane. Well, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that was funny, but it was hilarious. It's not Hall of Fame worthy.
Right. I think taking a pile driver from Kane, like Pete Rose did, was Hall of Fame worthy, and that's why they put him in the Hall of Fame.
Owen, he showed up multiple times to take 2 pile drivers by Pete Rose.
But Owen was also a great man, very well loved and respected. He was a joker, you know. He was one of the biggest ribbers they had.
Yeah.
What was it? The throw in the towel match, Brett versus Backlund. Owen had like an Oscar-winning performance with what he did that night.
Agreed.
He had you believing that he really was concerned for his brother, and he turned it all around. It was awesome.
That was the best. Yeah.
Though I think WWE would have him in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for his wife and everything else.
Well, that's the whole thing. And Brett actually recently said something like, it's a shame that Martha is causing all this, because now I think, like Brett was saying, like, unfortunately he thinks that Owen's DVD set is not going to be as good as it could or should be,
Though I think if she finally signs off, they could do another one, but it's a shame that you have to wait for another one.
I mean, I understand where she's coming from, because she lost her husband and the father of her children. I get that. And I'm not saying get over it, like some cruel people have told her to get over it. I'm like, no. I'm not saying that at all. But what she has to understand is that the fans loved Owen Hart. They really did. And they want us, like, I was completely devastated. I'm sure we all were when he died. And
absolutely.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I remember going into grade school, I didn't get the pay-per-view, and everybody was talking about...
I can tell you where I was, who I was with, like it was yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the pay-per-view either, but I was always online reading the results, and you keep refreshing. That's all you did was you just sit there and refresh until somebody who was watching the pay-per-view typed it up and put it online.
Hit F5 and just pray someone typed it out.
And you just wouldn't. And I think I was on a message board talking at the time, and everybody's, not everybody on there was a wrestling fan. It was like a video game thing, but the wrestling fans all started talking on a thing that was just about wrestling. It was just like, and nobody could believe it. It's because that whole situation is an unbelievable 1 in a million, how the fuck did that happen situation.
I could say that with every death. I remember Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie's was big too.
Eddie's was big. I was a freshman.
The initial shock of it was horrible. I remember I went to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the pay-per-view, and I really was looking forward to Benoit, CM Punk.
Right, that would have been an amazing match.
And it just took a 180 horrible, and then it just dove even deeper.
Oh yeah, the way the next 2 days came about was just...
Oh, that was worse.
Turn wrestling on its ear,
First 2 days in wrestling.
Well, what was worse was watching the
Memorial.
Right, you're watching the Memorial on one channel, and then you flip over to like Fox News, and they're like, by the way, we don't think it was somebody that murdered them. And then it's like, oh, everybody's so sad. And then you flip to, yeah, it turns out that he killed both of them. And then it's like, and then he killed himself. And then he texted. It was like every time you flip from the news to the memorial service on ECW or whatever it was just more and more bad shit kept happening. And kept coming out.
ECW, Vince came out and said that was the last time you'll ever hear Chris Benoit's name, and then proceeded to have a John Cena with the WWE title against John Morrison, who is ECW title champion, and a champion versus champion to try and.
Well, because Vince got blown up, right? At one point, Vince got blown up in the limo, and that was like
several days before.
That was the week before on Raw.
Yeah. And then they had to make
a funeral scene, and then
everything got canceled.
But with that being said, where do you think that angle was actually going? Had none of that ever happened?
Crap, who was the person? Wasn't Kennedy supposed to won the names, but he screwed that over.
Kennedy was also supposed
Paul
to be
London. Paul London was supposed to.
Well, yeah, because London was smiling at the end of the thing, and apparently he wasn't supposed to be, but I think Paul London smiling at the end of that was great.
I think that's Paul London. That's just him.
Yeah,
it's not Paul London. Nobody expected any more or less of Paul London. Seriously.
There's 2 Ryans.
It kicked me out, and I had to join back in.
My word.
I had the same problem.
I saw Steve had to go as well. We are 2 minutes away from the 8 o'clock hour, which means I am 2 minutes away from my draft. I'm not gonna hop out like that because I have my phone here. I can still draft. I am number 2 though. Got the number 2 pick. Pretty good.
Who are you picking? Come on.
My roommate's in the next room and he's the number 1 pick. I don't know if I can say.
Come on, whisper.
Yeah, I'm thinking either. Hold on, let me get to the thing so I can tell you who.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
It's either AP.
And everybody's talking at the same time. This is fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm thinking either AP or Eddie Lacy. I don't know. Adrian.
My number 1 was Peyton.
Was it Peyton? So you went quarterback. I want to try and. Last year, Doug Martin.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, because I'm gonna stop the broadcast. Something's going on.
All right, man. Well, we will stop the broadcast for now, and we will see you all next week, live and public, if you will, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Tag me, detail that shit. And then Ryan, what was it? Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.